All right, hey guys. So this time on our camping trip, I asked the boys if they want to do the video like we always do, or if they kind of just want to enjoy this trip, just relax, not have video, constantly. And I know, like, anybody who's done videos understands that you do take a certain part of your time away from what you're doing to make sure that you're getting video of it. So it does play into your time frame, and it does take away a little bit, even though we do have a great time each time we do these videos. As kids, it's hard to fully understand that, and even me, sometimes it does take away. So I asked them if they want to do a video this time, and they said no. So with that being said, I am just doing a short video, just talk about the state park, and show you a few clips of it, tell you about it, and then that's about it. This is really the weather. It's not ideal for coming out to State Park and doing a great review on it, just because it's been cold. It's been in the 50s, high 40s, low 50s, and it's been raining constantly. And we're still able to get out and explore and stuff, but we do it in smaller increments, just because we want to get back, get dried off, get cool, or get warmed up, and whatnot. So with that being said, I would rather come back to this place sometime in the spring or summer and do a better review on it, just because this park has so much to offer and it's so beautiful. I feel like I'd be doing you an injustice if I did a full review of the state park. But let's go over it a little bit, just so you get an idea of it, and then you can decide from there if you want to come out here. All right. Okay, so like I've done with some of the other parks when they have like a ton of stuff, I print off notes and highlight certain things, just because it's so much to remember. I'm not that great at remembering everything. So with that being said, this is like this park. It has. Let's go over the camping. We'll start at camping. As far as camping, you have 172 tent sites. 172. So that's a lot. You have 134 partial hookups, and those partial hookups consist of electricity. I believe it's 15 or 20 to 30 and 50 amp. So if you got a dual AC trailer, you're good. If you have a 30, you're good. If you have just need a little power, you're good. It has water, so and it's October right now, mid-October, and everything's running, everything's working, so that's really good. So they do have a dump station. It's right as you come in, you'll see it. It's off to the right. So they do have a dump station, and that's kind of one of those things where I was looking at a couple of parks, and one park close by didn't have a dump station, and it didn't have full hookup. So I was like, great, now I have to go there, enjoy our time, and then find a dump station, which would be fairly easy, but at the same time, that's just one more added duty, no pun intended, to get rid of our waste. So that's really great about Deception Pass. They have a dump station, even though they're not a full hookup site. There are 20 restrooms, so throughout this place, which is very large, they have 20 restrooms. 4 of them are for ADA, your disabled individuals. 10 showers, and again, 4 of those are for disabled individuals. The camping is located at 3 locations in the park. So there's 3 different sections that you can do camping. And then I'll show you just real quick right here. So as you can see, that's your 3 individual places, or your different individual tent sites. But so you have all that. There are 18 tent sites, 2 utility sites at the Bowman Bay, 7 tent sites, and 49 utility sites at the Quarry Pond. And then where I'm at, the 147 tent sites, 83 utility sites at the Cranberry Lake, The maximum size length for these trailers or whatever is 60 feet. Now, not all of them are 60 feet. Some of them you could barely put a trailer in there and barely fit a small SUV. Some of them, I would honestly say you could probably barely put a trailer in there, and you would have to park your vehicle that you towed it with in the available parking that they have throughout the strip around here. So make sure when you get online, you reserve those sites. Make sure that you check the size of your site, because you might just jump at it being open and not realize that you got like a 20-foot site. Now, the website does help you, because if you put in the measurements of your trailer or your vehicle, it will automatically cancel out any site that doesn't fit that length wise. But just be careful. Don't just click on something and then take it and then realize that your trailer or your vehicle is too long and then you can't fit. So just kind of keep that in mind. So also on the lakes, as far as the lakes, so let me get back here. There's 77,000 feet of saltwater shoreline. So it's huge. So you have plenty, like you can walk the beaches, you can walk the rocks off the shoreline, stuff like that. It's beautiful, it's cool. I'll post it in probably about right here so you can see what we went and checked out. They have 33,900 feet of freshwater shoreline on the 3 total lakes that they have out here. So, and what's neat is literally there's one point where you can be at the shoreline where the ocean is, and you can literally walk on the other side, I'd say maybe 100 feet, and you'll be at the lake. It's smooth, calm water, and then you turn behind and it's the shoreline, the ocean shoreline that is rough, and you're not going in there, but you have that lake as well. So and I'm betting in the summer it's amazing, because if you have small kids or something and you want to play in the water but you don't want to deal with the roughness of the ocean, you have the lake literally right there. So that's what I noticed. I mean, right now it's way too cold. Could barely convince my kids of that, but it is something to note. But also be aware on the beaches and stuff, or anywhere there's like a fishing area, or not fishing, but swim area, pets are not allowed. So, and at all times your animals are required to be on a leash, cat or dog. I don't see many people bring cats out, but I know it happens. But if you have a dog, it stays on a leash. They will fine you. This is a large enough facility that they have multiple park rangers out here that are constantly patrolling, and I would not be surprised if they ticketed you for not having your dog on a leash. So just keep that in mind, and police up after your dog as well. That just goes without saying, but nobody wants to step in dog mess out here hiking. So bring some bags. They have bags throughout, but bring your own bags. Get off my soapbox. All right, so and then there's the Kikit Island. It's new part of the state park. Pets are not allowed. So if you do get on there, or you do reserve it or whatever, if you can see my little one right there poking through the window, pets are not allowed. So just kind of keep that in mind. But all right, let's they do have group camping, stuff like that. They do have all that stuff. Now on the lakes, this is something to note. All motors are prohibited on Pass Lake, and only electric motors are allowed on Cranberry Lake. So no gas motor on the Cranberry Lake, and then all motors, period, electric or gas, are not allowed on Pass Lake. So that's canoes, stuff like that, paddle boards, but you can't have electric motor or or a gas motor. But on Cranberry Lake you can have electric motor, so like a trolling motor, something like that, you can have on there. So just kind of keep that in mind. They do have boat ramps, they have boat launches, it's just, you know, they have all that stuff. They do have boat rentals. Obviously I don't think it's right now, I think it's based on season, but they do have firewood and they do have park store. Now there's a store as soon as you come into the tent area over here by Cranberry Lake, but it is closed for the winter, so just be aware of that. I thought that we would pull up and be able to buy firewood and stuff like that, but it's closed. So during the winter time, you will have to go to the main office, which is the main entrance point of the state park, and get firewood. They also have state park merchandise for sale, shirts, sweaters, stickers, and magnets as well. Okay, so let's go over the history. This started off in, so it kind of, the name and stuff, it came from like in 1792. Captain Salvador Fidalgo of Spain explored the area, leaving behind many Spanish names. You know, this is all in the website, but he thought this was the primary point. So he, you know, but discovered that it was actually just an island. So that's where Deception Pass became, because he thought this was the opening point of, you know, of the river, but actually it's just an island. But it was so big that they assumed, and they were wrong. So that's why it got its name, Deception Pass. In 1866, the government took this over and made this a military reservation, and then Congressional Act designated the property as public recreation in 1922. It's like a little ghost back there. And then created Deception Pass State Park. And then during the Great Depression, 1930s, the CCC built roads and trails and stuff like that. So, you know, they've done that. You know, some of the parks I've been in, I've read that has happened before. So it seems like during the Great Depression, the CCC, the Civil Conservation Corps, started making roads and kind of adding into these state parks and stuff like that. But yeah. Oh, this right here, go to the main entrance when you get there. If you go when they're open, or you arrive when they're open, or whatever, they're open from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Some big long hours, let me tell you. But anyways, go there, make sure that you get this map right here, because this map will break down everything so you actually can see where you're going, what's out there, trails and stuff like that. So I recommend getting this, because if you go on the website of, you know, Washington Camping or whatever, this is the only map that they provide for you. So definitely go out there and get that. But yeah, great park, huge. And I'll show you the campsites, at least the one we're in, and some of the others that are vacant. You know, I don't like showing other people's campsites when they're actually in them, just because, you know, it's kind of weird. But I want to show you some of the open sites so you can see and kind of get an idea, gauge how big and how nice these are. So anyways, enough with that. We'll get to going on some of the stuff, and hopefully you enjoy this video, at least for the information wise, and then maybe some later in the year or something, we'll get to come back out here and do a full video of us actually engaging in all the activities that they have out here. But okay, so activity wise, they got 1.2 miles of ADA hiking trails. So if you have some kind of disability where you can't go on normal hiking trails, they have 1.2 miles dedicated to individuals like yourself. They have 3 miles of biking trails, 6 miles of horse trails. So if you got horses, you can bring them out here. 38 miles of hiking trails. 38 miles of hiking trails. So if you're into hiking, this is the place, because you are not going to run out of places to walk. As far as the water activities, like I told you, they do have docks here. They have a 450-foot dock. They have a 710-foot dock. So they have boating, freshwater, saltwater, crabbing, diving, fishing, freshwater, saltwater, swimming, watercraft launches. They have 5 of those. So if you have a canoe or something like that, you don't need an actual boat dock. You can, you just need to drop your canoe off into the water. They have 5 of those. Whitewater, kayaking, and then other activities. They do have 2 amphitheaters, a beach. Obviously, you can do the bird watching, fire circles. There's 6 of those, so 6 fire circles. Horseshoe pit, inner primitive center, mountain biking, sailboarding, wildlife viewing. So they have a lot of stuff. Obviously, we didn't get to probably 90% of it. We just kind of relaxed, and with the weather, like literally my camera is being rained on right now just because of the angle, and it's constantly raining. So anyways, with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions or comments, put them down below and I'll try to answer them as best I can. All right, y'all take care.